Dr. Olivia Reed sat in her dimly lit office, surrounded by shelves of books on psychology and the paranormal. As a child psychologist, she had always been fascinated by the mysteries of the mind, but there was one mystery that intrigued her above all: the existence of the sixth sense. It was a gift she had possessed since childhood, a gift that set her apart from her peers. She could sense things others couldn't, see things others refused to believe. But it was a gift she kept hidden, buried deep within her soul, afraid of the judgment it might invite, that is, until the day a distraught mother came to her with a plea for help. Her son, Ethan, was plagued by nightmares and visions of shadowy figures that no one else could see. Desperate for answers, she turned to Dr. Reed, hoping against hope that she could offer some solace to her troubled child. As Dr. Reed listened to the mother's tale, a sense of recognition stirred within her. She had felt the presence of spirits before, had heard their whispers in the silence of the night. And now, it seemed, fate had brought her face to face with her destiny. With a resolve born of years of silent struggle, Dr. Reed made a decision: to embrace her gift, to use it to help those in need. And so began her journey into the unknown, a journey that would lead her to Ethan and to the truth that lay hidden in the depths of his troubled mind. Dr. Olivia Reed stood outside the old Victorian house, its weathered facade looming ominously in the fading light of dusk. This was the place where Ethan's nightmares had begun, where the shadows seemed to dance and the walls whispered secrets of a bygone era. With a deep breath, Dr. Reed stepped across the threshold, her senses alert to the subtle shifts in the atmosphere. The air was heavy with the weight of history, the echoes of past lives lingering in every corner. As she explored the dimly lit interior, Dr. Reed felt a chill run down her spine. The house seemed to pulse with a life of its own, as if it were alive, watching, waiting. But for what, she couldn't say. In the parlor, she found Ethan, huddled in a corner, his eyes wide with fear. He spoke of voices in the darkness, of faces that peered out from the shadows, their eyes empty, their mouths twisted in silent screams. Dr. Reed knelt beside him, her voice soft and reassuring. She told him that he was not alone, that she was here to help him, to guide him through the labyrinth of his fears. Together, they ventured deeper into the house, following the trail of whispers and half-forgotten memories. They found themselves in the attic, where dust-covered trunks revealed long-forgotten treasures and faded photographs whispered tales of love and loss. And there, amidst the relics of the past, they encountered the first of many spirits, a young girl, her pale face illuminated by the soft glow of moonlight streaming through the window. She reached out to them, her hand trembling, her eyes pleading for release. With a gentle touch, Dr. Reed reached out to the spirit, offering comfort and understanding. She listened as the girl recounted her tragic tale: a love lost, a life cut short, a soul trapped between worlds. And as the first light of dawn broke through the darkness, Dr. Reed made a promise: to help the spirits find peace, to unravel the mysteries of the past, and to bring healing to Ethan's troubled soul. In the days that followed their encounter at the haunted house, Dr. Olivia Reed found herself drawn deeper into Ethan's world. She spent hours in her office, poring over case files and research papers, searching for answers to the questions that haunted both the boy and herself. One afternoon, as she sat lost in thought, the door to her office creaked open, and Ethan timidly stepped inside. His eyes were downcast, his shoulders hunched with the weight of his burdens. Dr. Reed smiled warmly, inviting him to take a seat. She could see the fear and uncertainty in his gaze, but she also sensed a glimmer of hope, a spark of courage that refused to be extinguished. As they talked, Ethan began to open up, sharing fragments of his past, his dreams, his fears. He spoke of a childhood overshadowed by tragedy, of a family torn apart by secrets too dark to bear. With each word, Dr. Reed felt a connection forming between them, a bond forged in shared pain and shared purpose. She saw herself reflected in Ethan's eyes, the lonely child, the reluctant hero, the bearer of burdens too heavy for one so young. Together, they delved into the depths of Ethan's psyche, unraveling the tangled threads of his subconscious mind. They explored his dreams, his memories, his deepest fears, searching for the key that would unlock the mysteries of his troubled soul. And as the days turned into weeks, Dr. Reed began to see a change in Ethan, a newfound confidence, a sense of purpose, a glimmer of hope shining bright in the darkness. She knew that their journey was far from over, but she also knew that they were on the right path, that together, they would find the answers they sought, and the peace they both craved. As Dr. Olivia Reed delved deeper into the mysteries surrounding Ethan, she began to unravel the secrets of the unseen world that had long eluded her. Through her research and her own experiences, she discovered that the veil between the living and the dead was thinner than most people realized, and that the spirits of the departed walked among us, unseen and unheard. Armed with this knowledge, Dr. Reed embarked on a journey of exploration, seeking to understand the nature of the spirits that haunted Ethan and the power that bound them to this world. She consulted ancient texts and modern theories, delving into the realms of spirituality, metaphysics, and quantum physics in search of the truth. What she found both fascinated and terrified her. The spirits that roamed the earth were not merely echoes of the past, but sentient beings with their own desires, their own fears, their own unresolved conflicts. They existed in a state of limbo, trapped between worlds, unable to move on until they found peace. But peace was a rare commodity in the world of the dead, and many spirits lingered on, bound by unfinished business, unresolved emotions, or simply the fear of what lay beyond. Some sought solace in the presence of the living, while others harbored resentment and anger, lashing out at those who dared to intrude upon their domain. As Dr. Reed delved deeper into this hidden world, she came to realize that her gift was both a blessing and a curse. A blessing because it allowed her to help those in need, to bring comfort to the afflicted and closure to the bereaved. But a curse because it exposed her to dangers beyond her wildest imaginings. But Dr. Reed was not one to shrink from danger. Armed with her knowledge, her compassion, and her unwavering resolve, she vowed to continue her quest, to seek out the truth, no matter the cost. For she knew that only by confronting the darkness could she hope to bring light to those who dwelt within its shadow. With her newfound understanding of the spirit world, Dr. Olivia Reed embarked on her first attempt to communicate directly with the restless souls that haunted Ethan. Armed with her knowledge and a sense of determination, she ventured into the depths of the haunted house once more, accompanied by Ethan and a small team of trusted colleagues. As they entered the dimly lit parlor, Dr. Reed felt the familiar chill of the supernatural wash over her. She closed her eyes and focused her mind, reaching out with her senses to the unseen world that lay beyond. At first, there was only silence, a deep, oppressive silence that seemed to suffocate the air around them. But then, slowly, faint whispers began to fill the room, like distant echoes carried on the wind. Dr. Reed listened intently, her heart pounding with anticipation. She could sense the presence of spirits all around them, their energy swirling and shifting like shadows in the night. And then, suddenly, one spirit emerged from the darkness, a young woman, her form translucent and ethereal, her eyes filled with sadness and longing. She reached out to Dr. Reed, her voice a faint whisper in the stillness of the room. With trembling hands, Dr. Reed reached out to the spirit, her mind awash with a mixture of fear and wonder. She spoke to the spirit, offering words of comfort and understanding, seeking to ease her suffering and guide her towards the light. For hours they spoke, the living and the dead, their voices mingling in the air like echoes of a forgotten melody. And as dawn broke over the horizon, Dr. Reed felt a sense of peace wash over her, a fleeting glimpse of the harmony that lay beyond the veil. But their encounter was only the beginning, she knew. There were many more spirits to be heard, many more stories to be told. And as she left the haunted house behind, Dr. Reed vowed to continue her quest, to help those who lingered in the shadows find the peace they so desperately sought. After the profound encounter in the haunted house, Dr. Olivia Reed delved deeper into her study of the spirit world. She spent countless hours poring over ancient texts and consulting with experts in the field, determined to gain a deeper understanding of the forces that bound the living and the dead together. Through her research, Dr. Reed learned that the spirits of the departed were not bound by the same laws of time and space that govern the physical world. They existed in a realm beyond our comprehension, where past, present, and future were intertwined in an eternal dance. But while the spirits themselves were timeless, their emotions and memories were not. Many of them were trapped in a never-ending cycle of pain and suffering, reliving their most traumatic experiences over and over again. Dr. Reed realized that in order to help these spirits find peace, she would need to delve deep into their pasts, to uncover the root causes of their anguish and heal the wounds that bound them to this world. Armed with this knowledge, Dr. Reed set out to explore the haunted house once more, this time with a renewed sense of purpose and determination. She ventured into the darkest corners of the house, seeking out the spirits that lingered there, their presence like a whisper in the night. With each encounter, Dr. Reed gained new insights into the nature of the spirit world. She learned to communicate with the spirits not just through words, but through empathy and understanding, reaching out to them on a soul level. And as she listened to their stories and shared in their pain, Dr. Reed began to feel a profound connection forming between herself and the spirits she encountered. She realized that they were not so different from her, that they were all bound together by the common thread of humanity, and that in helping them, she was also helping herself. In her quest to help the spirits find peace, Dr. Olivia Reed delved deeper into the mysteries of the past, seeking out the memories that lingered like shadows in the minds of the departed. She traveled far and wide, exploring forgotten ruins and ancient burial grounds, guided by the whispers of the spirits that called out to her from the beyond. One such journey led her to a small town nestled in the heart of the countryside, where she encountered a spirit unlike any she had encountered before. The spirit, a young woman named Sarah, was trapped in a perpetual state of anguish, her soul torn asunder by the memories of a life cut short. Driven by a sense of compassion, Dr. Reed reached out to Sarah, offering her comfort and solace in her time of need. She listened as Sarah recounted the events that had led to her untimely demise, a tragic accident, a love lost, a future stolen away. But as Dr. Reed delved deeper into Sarah's past, she uncovered a web of secrets and lies that stretched back through the generations. She learned of a curse that had plagued Sarah's family for centuries, a curse born of jealousy and betrayal, and fueled by the darkest depths of human emotion. Determined to break the cycle of suffering, Dr. Reed embarked on a journey through Sarah's memories, unraveling the tangled threads of the past and seeking out the truth that lay buried beneath the layers of deception. With each revelation, Dr. Reed came closer to understanding the true nature of Sarah's torment, and the role she herself played in setting her free. And as she stood on the brink of discovery, she knew that their journey was far from over, that there were still many more secrets waiting to be revealed, and many more souls waiting to find peace. As Dr. Olivia Reed continued her exploration of the spirit world, she found herself confronted by a darkness unlike anything she had ever encountered before. It lurked in the shadows, whispering words of doubt and despair, threatening to engulf her in its icy embrace, but Dr. Reed refused to succumb to fear. Armed with her knowledge and her unwavering resolve, she pressed on, determined to face whatever dangers lay ahead. One night, as she sat alone in her office, the darkness descended upon her like a shroud. The air grew thick and heavy, suffocating her with its malevolent presence, but Dr. Reed refused to back down. With a deep breath, she called upon the power within her, banishing the darkness back into the depths from whence it came. As the light returned to her world, Dr. Reed felt a sense of triumph wash over her. She knew that the road ahead would be fraught with peril, but she also knew that she possessed the strength and courage to overcome any obstacle that stood in her way, and so, with renewed determination, she set out once more, ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead on her journey through the spirit world. As Dr. Olivia Reed delved deeper into her quest to help the spirits find peace, she stumbled upon a revelation that would shake the very foundations of her understanding of the supernatural world. It came to her in a moment of clarity, a sudden flash of insight that illuminated the darkest corners of her mind. She realized that the spirits she encountered were not merely lost souls seeking solace, they were reflections of her own inner turmoil, manifestations of the fears and doubts that haunted her own psyche. With this realization came a sense of liberation, a lifting of the veil that had shrouded her perceptions for so long. Dr. Reed understood now that in order to help others find peace, she must first confront the demons that lurked within her own soul, and so, armed with this newfound knowledge, she embarked on a journey of self-discovery, delving deep into the recesses of her mind to confront the shadows that had long haunted her. It was a journey fraught with peril, filled with moments of doubt and uncertainty. But with each step she took, Dr. Reed felt herself growing stronger, more resilient, more at peace with the world around her, and as she faced her own inner demons head-on, she found herself drawing closer to the truth, that the key to unlocking the mysteries of the spirit world lay not in the darkness, but in the light of her own inner strength and courage. With newfound clarity and a sense of purpose, Dr. Olivia Reed embarked on a quest to uncover the truth behind the mysteries of the spirit world. She delved into ancient texts and consulted with scholars and mystics, seeking answers to the questions that had long eluded her. Her journey took her to the far corners of the earth, to hidden temples and forgotten tombs, where she uncovered secrets that had been buried for millennia. But the more she learned, the more questions arose. The spirit world was a vast and enigmatic realm, filled with wonders and terrors beyond imagination. And as Dr. Reed delved deeper into its depths, she realized that the answers she sought might never be fully revealed, but still, she pressed on, driven by a relentless thirst for knowledge and understanding. For she knew that even in the face of uncertainty, there was value in the search itself, in the journey that led her ever closer to the truth, and so, with each new revelation, Dr. Reed found herself drawing closer to the heart of the mystery. She felt the presence of the spirits guiding her, urging her forward on her quest, leading her towards a destiny that she could scarcely imagine, and as she stood on the brink of discovery, she knew that her journey was far from over, that there were still many more secrets waiting to be uncovered, and many more mysteries waiting to be solved. But with courage and determination, she was ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead, knowing that with each step she took, she was drawing closer to the truth. In the midst of her quest for answers, Dr. Olivia Reed found herself confronted by a truth that she had long sought to avoid, that the mysteries of the spirit world were vast and unknowable, and that no amount of knowledge or understanding could ever fully unravel their secrets. At first, this realization filled her with a sense of despair. She had dedicated her life to the pursuit of truth, to the unraveling of mysteries that had long eluded mankind. And now, faced with the boundless expanse of the unknown, she felt adrift, lost in a sea of uncertainty. But then, something shifted within her, a subtle yet profound change that altered the course of her journey forever. She realized that it was not the destination that mattered, but the journey itself, that the pursuit of knowledge was its own reward, regardless of the outcome. And so, with a newfound sense of purpose, Dr. Reed embraced the unknown, diving headlong into the depths of the spirit world with a sense of wonder and awe. She explored its hidden corners, delving into its darkest secrets, unafraid of what she might find. Along the way, she encountered spirits both benevolent and malevolent, each with their own stories to tell. She listened to their tales with an open heart, offering them comfort and understanding in their time of need. And as she journeyed deeper into the unknown, Dr. Reed felt herself growing stronger, more resilient, more at peace with the mysteries of the universe. She knew that she might never uncover all the answers she sought, but she also knew that the search itself was a journey worth taking, a journey that would lead her ever closer to the truth. As Dr. Olivia Reed delved deeper into the mysteries of the spirit world, she found herself drawn into a web of intrigue and deception that spanned centuries. She uncovered ancient prophecies and long-forgotten legends, each holding clues to the secrets that lay hidden in the shadows, but the more she uncovered, the more elusive the truth became. The spirits whispered half-truths and riddles, leading her down twisting paths that seemed to lead nowhere. Frustrated yet undeterred, Dr. Reed pressed on, determined to unravel the mysteries that had eluded her for so long. She pored over dusty tomes and cryptic manuscripts, searching for patterns and connections that might lead her closer to the truth. And then, one fateful night, she stumbled upon a revelation that would change everything. In the depths of an ancient library, she uncovered a manuscript written in a language long forgotten, a language of symbols and sigils that spoke of a power beyond comprehension. As she translated the text, Dr. Reed felt a shiver run down her spine. The words spoke of a prophecy foretelling the coming of a chosen one, destined to wield the power of the spirits and bring balance to the world. Could it be possible, she wondered, that she was the chosen one spoken of in the prophecy? Could her journey through the spirit world be leading her towards a destiny greater than she had ever imagined? With a sense of trepidation and excitement, Dr. Reed vowed to uncover the truth behind the prophecy, no matter the cost. For she knew that the fate of the world itself might hang in the balance, and that only by embracing her true destiny could she hope to save it. Armed with the knowledge of the ancient prophecy, Dr. Olivia Reed embarked on a perilous journey into the heart of darkness. She knew that the path ahead would be fraught with danger, but she also knew that she could not turn back, not when the fate of the world hung in the balance. As she ventured deeper into the unknown, Dr. Reed felt the weight of the prophecy pressing down upon her. It was a burden unlike any she had ever known, a responsibility to wield powers beyond her understanding in the face of unimaginable evil, but she refused to be daunted. With each step she took, she felt a sense of determination growing within her, a fire burning bright in the darkness, driving her ever onward towards her destiny. Along the way, she encountered challenges both physical and spiritual, trials that tested her strength, her courage, and her faith. But with each obstacle she overcame, she felt herself growing stronger, more attuned to the powers that flowed through her veins, and then, finally, she reached the heart of darkness, the lair of the ancient evil that threatened to consume the world. With a heart full of resolve, Dr. Reed faced her greatest challenge yet, knowing that the fate of all mankind depended on her success. In the battle that followed, Dr. Reed unleashed powers she never knew she possessed, powers born of the spirits themselves, forged in the fires of her own determination. And as she fought against the forces of darkness, she felt a sense of purpose and clarity unlike anything she had ever known. In the end, it was not just Dr. Reed's strength or her courage that saved the world, it was her unwavering belief in the power of love, and the indomitable spirit of humanity itself. And as she stood triumphant amidst the ruins of her enemies, she knew that her journey was far from over, that wherever there was darkness, there would always be light, shining bright in the hearts of those who dared to believe. With the ancient evil vanquished and the world saved from destruction, Dr. Olivia Reed found herself faced with a new challenge, finding closure in the aftermath of her epic battle. The wounds of the past still lingered, raw and painful, and she knew that she could not move forward until she had laid them to rest. And so, with a heavy heart and a sense of determination, Dr. Reed set out to confront the ghosts of her own past, the memories that haunted her, the doubts that plagued her, the fears that held her back. She revisited the places of her childhood, the scenes of her greatest triumphs and her deepest regrets. She walked the streets of her hometown, the familiar sights and sounds stirring long-forgotten emotions within her, but with each step she took, Dr. Reed felt a sense of healing washing over her, a sense of peace that she had not felt in years. She realized that the battles she had fought, both physical and emotional, had shaped her into the person she was meant to be, and that she could not change the past, but she could choose how to move forward. And so, with a sense of acceptance and gratitude, Dr. Reed bid farewell to the ghosts of her past, knowing that they would always be a part of her, but no longer holding power over her. She turned her gaze towards the future, ready to embrace whatever challenges lay ahead with courage and grace. And as she walked into the sunset, the echoes of her journey fading into the distance, Dr. Olivia Reed knew that she had found closure at last, that she had finally laid to rest the ghosts of her past and embraced the light that shone bright within her soul. As Dr. Olivia Reed embarked on the next chapter of her life, she found herself filled with a sense of purpose and hope. The trials and tribulations she had faced had transformed her in ways she could never have imagined, and she knew that she was stronger, wiser, and more resilient than ever before. With a renewed sense of purpose, Dr. Reed dedicated herself to helping others who were lost and struggling, using her experiences and newfound knowledge to guide them towards healing and redemption. She opened her heart and her mind to those in need, offering comfort, support, and understanding to all who sought her help. And as she journeyed through life, Dr. Reed found joy and fulfillment in the simple moments, the laughter of children, the beauty of nature, the warmth of human connection. She realized that true happiness lay not in the pursuit of power or wealth, but in the embrace of love and compassion. And so, with a heart full of gratitude and a spirit filled with light, Dr. Olivia Reed walked boldly into the future, ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead with courage, grace, and a sense of wonder at the endless possibilities that awaited her.